Peak metabolism. Metabolism starts to slowly decline after infancy for both sexes. This is largely due to hormonal changes and natural changes in body composition. Peak strength. Maximal muscle strength and mass are achieved around the age of 30 for both men and women. While strength gradually declines with age, consistent strength training can significantly delay this process. Peak flexibility. Flexibility is at its highest between the ages of around 14 to 25, thanks to optimal joint and muscle elasticity. While declines begin in the late 20s, consistent stretching or yoga can preserve a good degree of flexibility. This is also why professional gymnasts often retire so young. Peak cardiovascular fitness. VO2 max, the body's oxygen utilization capacity, peaks between the ages of around 20 to 25, when the cardiovascular system is at its most efficient. This can decline after 25, but endurance training can help maintain strong cardiovascular fitness. Peak bone density. Bone mass is highest around the age of 30, when the body has finished building bone faster than it breaks it down. After this, density declines, especially for women post-menopause. Weight-bearing exercises and calcium intake can slow this process. Reproductive and biological. Peak fertility in women. Fertility is at its highest between 18 to 28, with eggs being healthiest and most viable during this period. Fertility begins a significant decline after around the age of 35, with risks increasing for both mother and baby. Peak sperm quality in men. Sperm count, motility, and overall quality peak in the early 20s. Gradual declines begin after around the age of 30, and environmental factors, health and age can further affect sperm over time. Peak libido in men. Libido peaks around 18 to 20, driven by high testosterone levels. While libido naturally declines over time, individual variations depend on overall health and lifestyle. Peak libido in women. Women's libido often peaks in their early 30s, linked to a combination of hormonal fluctuations, psychological factors, and personal stability. Peak skin elasticity. Skin is at its smoothest and most elastic during the late teens to early 20s, before collagen and elastin production slows. Lifestyle choices like sun exposure and diet can accelerate or slow skin aging. Cognitive and emotional. Peak learning speed. Learning capacity is fastest in the late teens to early 20s, when neural plasticity is at its peak. While learning speed slows with age, older adults often compensate with better problem solving and critical thinking skills. Peak memory, short term. Short term and working memory are sharpest around the age of 25, enabling quick recall and multitasking. Memory may decline with age, but brain training exercises and physical exercise can help preserve function. Peak creativity. Creativity often peaks in the late 30s to early 40s, when life experience combines with innovative thinking. The type of creativity varies, with younger people excelling at novel ideas, but older people thriving in problem solving. Peak emotional stability. Emotional regulation and stability improve with age, peaking in the late 40s to early 50s. Life experience, greater resilience, and better coping mechanisms contribute to this balance. Peak life satisfaction, happiness. Now you might think that this peaks around the age of 20 to 30, when young people feel like they have the world at their feet. But life satisfaction often peaks in the 60s and 70s as people develop a stronger sense of gratitude, emotional resilience, and perspective on life's challenges. Senses and health. Peak vision. Vision is sharpest in the early 20s, with a gradual decline in the ability to focus on near objects, presbyopia, starting in the early 40s. Regular eye care can mitigate age-related issues. Peak hearing. Hearing, especially for high frequencies, is most acute in the late teens to early 20s. Declines start as early as the late 20s or 30s and may worsen with prolonged exposure to loud sounds. Peak taste sensitivity. Taste buds are at their most sensitive in childhood and early teens, which is why flavours seem more intense to younger people. Sensitivity begins to diminish after the age of around 30, especially for bitter and sweet tastes. Peak immune system. The immune system is strongest in the early 20s, thanks to peak thymus gland activity, which produces T cells. Immunity gradually declines with age as the thymus shrinks, making older adults more prone to illness. Pain tolerance. Pain tolerance tends to typically increase as we age due to the decline in nerve sensitivity. Cognitive processing of pain changes. Older adults may perceive pain differently. Also, with more life experience, they may have better mental strategies to handle discomfort. Athletic and motor skills. Peak reaction time. Reaction time peaks at around the age of 24, especially for tasks requiring quick responses like video games or reflexive sports. While it slows with age, practice can help maintain high performance in specific skills. Peak endurance. Endurance for long distance events like marathons peaks in the late 20s to early 30s, thanks to a balance of strength, cardiovascular efficiency, and resilience. With training, many endurance athletes can maintain high performance well into their 40s. Peak hand-eye coordination. Coordination is sharpest between the ages of around 19 to 25, driven by the brain's quick neural connections. While there's a gradual decline starting in the late 20s, consistent training and practice can uphold performance for longer.